All right, guys, we have here a Dell Optiplex 7090, micro mini PC. We're going to be upgrading the SSD, hard drive on the PC. I do not know what kind of, form factor we have. If it is the 2230, which is 30 millimeter, kind of long, or the 2280, which is the 80 millimeter SSD. But it doesn't matter what type of form factor we have out there. We are going to be able to upgrade this thing today and also add some few RAM sticks. So let's say you have a micro mini PC like this. I have covered quite a lot of them on this channel, but this video is going to show you exactly how step by step you go ahead, upgrading the SSD and the RAM on your Dell Optiplex 7090 micro mini PC. First thing I had to do was to take out the top panel right here. See, in doing that, there's just a screw. As you can see, I didn't need to use a screwdriver, but if it happens that your screw is looking very, very tight, a screwdriver like this should be good enough for you to open it. So I just, turned it around and I was able to open that. And thereafter, I flipped, kind of pushed that forward and then took it out. See, don't be angry if I'm showing you step by step, because there are people that keep writing me, please show me how to open a Dell Optiplex micro mini PC. I'm not kidding you. I have received, messages like this on TikTok, on YouTube. And whenever I try to, make these videos, I want to be sure that I'm as basic as it can possibly be. See, the next thing you want to do is to take out this card. The beautiful thing about this PC is that you can actually, install a SATA SSD on it. It's possible that your own Dell Optiplex Mini doesn't come with this. It is what it is. Sometimes the sellers kind of remove this, but this is not a problem. See, this is what we are interested in right here. On this PC right now, I have a 128 gigabyte M.2 SSD with a 2230 profile, which is the short one here. But let's say all I had was the 2280 profile. It's not a problem. All I have to do is to take out this screw, and place it here. And in this way, I have, my stuff. These things are easy, but once in a while, we need to just, show you guys exactly how to do it so that you do not break your PC or you do not go about crying that you cannot do it. See, what I did do now was take out the screw. All right. And the only thing I have to do now is to pop this up a little bit and just, kind of push it out. Somehow it's going to come out. Most of the time, it's never, difficult to take out. And when I have that, I'm going to be replacing it right now with a 256 gigabyte NVMe SSD. It's a Gen 3 NVMe SSD. Of course, this makes a lot of difference in the speed of the PC. If I have to use a SATA SSD, yes, the PC is also going to be fast, but it won't be as fast as the NVMe SSD. Of course, the speed is really not noticeable by, if you are a normal everyday user. But if you were to put a HDD on this PC, then you're going to notice, a major speed difference the moment you pop in and, an NVMe SSD right here. Beautiful thing again is that this PC right here actually has the possibility of even, taking in two M.2 NVMe SSD. I'm just seeing that now. I didn't see that before, but this is beautiful. It's amazing what these mini PCs can actually do. It can take one NVMe SSD right here, the second NVMe SSD right there, and then even, sorry for that, even a SATA, SSD. Crazy, interesting. But then that's not the deal. The deal is we need to now, go ahead and pull this up because the SSD, the RAM stick is hiding just underneath, this processor cooler right there. See, there are two knobs on the side. If you are gentle about it, you won't break anything. But let's say you are in a hurry and then you drag this out carelessly, then you have a situation where something is kind of broken, and it's kind of difficult when it happens on a mini PC like this, because you might not be able to, to fix things. All right. Now that I have that, all I have to do is to, pop that out. This is a 4 gigabyte, of RAM stick, DDR4 RAM, but I want this PC to have a minimum of 8 gigabytes. Better situation will be if this PC will have 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, but it's what it is. whatever the buyer says do, I am going to do. Of course, I do also advise this buyer sometimes, but some of you, like, you are kind of difficult, you are stubborn. Even though I'm advising you to go with a minimum of 16 gigabytes, you tell me, hey, hardware money, I just want you to put an 8 gigabytes of RAM stick. Of course, it's good enough for whatever you want to do if you are just a basic user. But if you want to begin to do things like multitasking and stuff like that, you might need a minimum of 16 gigabytes DDR4 RAM right there. All right. See, now that this PC is opened, this is the best time for me to actually go ahead and blow out the dust that is hanging there. Take a look at it, all dusted up. Yes, because the PC has been in operation. If you ever get to upgrade the RAM stick on your PC and the SSD, as soon as the PC is open, I want to beg you, please go ahead and dust out wherever is right there, because you never can tell the next time you will have to open this PC. Now that is done, if I take a look at the cover here, I also see that it's a little bit dusted out. So I'm just going to go ahead, clean it and be sure that this PC is actually, good to go. Guys, be careful when you are handling this thing, because right here is the CPU fan. You do not want to drag it, otherwise you might end up cutting the cable, and you are definitely going to be sorry that ever happened. All right. That is in place, so I have to return this right here. So I'm just going to gently align it in place, and when I push it down, I can already hear that it's already clipping in place, and this is exactly how it should look. If something is shaking within your PC, then something is wrong. Everything should be looking very sturdy, should be looking compact, exactly the way it should. Now you want to go ahead and replace this HDD card right there. Just going to put it, and then I'm going to slide that in just like that. All right. So once again, the best test for your PC is just to kind of shake it around a little bit. If you hear that something is kind of shaking abnormally, something that you cannot really, see, then something is definitely wrong. Right now is the time to go ahead and cover this PC exactly the way it was when it was open. And I'm just going to push the front cover on the PC just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and take back the screw and screw it in place. Guys, if you have done this, you're going to be having a PC that has been upgraded right now. Easy thing to do, wouldn't cost a lot of energy to do it. And if you have done the right thing, you can then go ahead, fire on your PC to check that everything is fine and install your operating system of choice. Guys, I hope this video helps you. If it does, please go ahead, do me a favor, click on the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because this is one way you can actually support me, on this channel. Until I see you again in the next one. Peace.